Computerlogbuch Sternzeit 87382,8. Wir sind hier in diesem Nasirudian 3 System, wo wir eben gerade Lebensmittel und medizinische Güter bereitgestellt haben und sind gerade auf dem Aufbruch, um den Delta-Quadranten zu erforschen und die Ikonianer aufzuhalten. Sir, eine Nachricht. Stellen Sie durch.
Please report to the Kiana system. Our partnership with the Crinum is starting to bear fruit, but the project may take more time to complete than we have left. We must consider any plan that ensures our survival.
Verstanden, Captain. Rex out, Ende.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Steuermann, bringen Sie uns in den Kanya-System. Maximum Warp. Also.
Jo, moin moin ihr lieben Seebären mit oder ohne Bart, mit oder ohne Haare auf dem Kopf. Willkommen zum nächsten Let's Play mit Brian Rex. Viel Spaß!
Sir, wir sind angekommen. Der Unterwarp. Zerbrochener Zirkel.
You are cleared for docking.
Captain Karan hat seine Unterstützung in Form von Lieutenant Tulek geschickt, um ihnen eine kurze Tour durch die Forschungseinrichtung zu geben. Bisher hat sich die Zusammenarbeit mit den Kränen als äußerst produktiv herausgestellt. Zusammen können wir dem Ziel näher, die Designs der Anorak zu vervollständigen. Ein Schiff, das in der Lage ist, temporale Einbrüche zu erschaffen. Der Lieutenant erwartet darauf, Sie willkommen zu heißen, Sir. Danke. Lieutenant.
Greetings. On behalf of Captain Cogran and Alliance Command, I am pleased to welcome you to our research station. The captain is completing his preparations. In the meantime, I will give you a tour of the facility, where we are building a weapon that will end the Iconian threat once and for all. Follow me. Our researchers can explain how the weapon works and answer any questions you may have.
Gehen Sie voran, Lieutenant.
And here, we have the development area.
How much do you know about the Krenum, 7 of 9?
The Borg have extensive records on the Krenum. They were a species of great interest to the collective.
I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying us like a bug in a petri dish. I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying anyone.
And what about the Iconians?
The collective spent a great deal of resources pursuing Iconian technology. They believed the species to be extinct. They were incorrect.
So much for the Borg knowing everything.
The Iconians' technology is far beyond even the capabilities of the Borg.
Fine. But what about shielding the ship that's using the weapon? We haven't solved the paradox problem yet.
This is not my first experience with alternate timelines. It would be possible to develop a form of temporal shielding to protect this vessel from alterations in the timeline.
Gillian?
Welcome to our facility. I'm working with one of the teams here to develop the time ship and choose a target. What we do is different from time travel. Anorex's designs are actually for a weapon that can remove elements from the time stream completely, and then time reshapes itself to account for that absence.
Zeit formt sich neu? Heißt das, dass sich die Realität sich verändert?
In some ways, yes. Once the weapon is fired, it can create an entirely new reality. And anyone or anything that isn't temporally shielded will be a part of that reality. That's why we have to proceed slowly. If we're not careful, we could change everything we know and not even know what's happened.
Das könnte genauso gefährlich für uns wie für die Ikonier sein.
But think of the possibilities. We could reverse the effects of wars, stop threats like the Iconians, even turn back time and eliminate the Borg. This is a weapon, but it's one that can make a better galaxy.
Vielleicht. Doch viele schreckliche Dinge sind bereits aus den besten Absichten entstanden.
Captain Cogran's briefing is about to begin. Follow me to the conference room.
Gehen Sie voran, Lieutenant. Eins, zwei, eins, zwei, eins, zwei, eins, zwei, eins, zwei. Captain?
Greetings. I have heard much about your victories against the Iconians. It is an honor to work with a warrior like yourself. We are almost ready to begin. First, however, Agent Cray would like a word.
Jawohl, Sir. Mr. Cray?
Greetings. My name is Philip Cray. I'm the liaison from Temporal Investigations for this project.
Es freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. Warum benötigen Sie dieses Projekt einen Verbindungsoffizier?
The Federation has some serious concerns about possible violations of the Temporal Prime Directive. Normally, Starfleet personnel are strictly prohibited from directly interfering with historical events and should make every effort to maintain the timeline.
Und doch wird die Waffe genau zu diesem Zweck hergestellt.
Indeed. That should tell you how serious this war has become. If the Iconians win, there probably won't be anyone left to preserve the timeline. In this instance, my role is to ensure that we succeed in our task with the minimal possible disruption to the timeline, as well as to address any repercussions of those disruptions.
Also ist die Direktive nur eine Direktive, solange es bequem ist. Also ist die Direktive nur eine Direktive, solange es bequem ist, sie zu befolgen?
I don't disagree. As a Starfleet officer, I am sworn to uphold the Temporal Prime Directive. Not only that, but I have seen firsthand the dangers that come from ignoring it. But as the Vulcans say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The Iconians cannot use time travel, and that makes it a weapon we can use against them. We must consider carefully whether it is too dangerous of a weapon to use at all.
Temporale Mechanik ist ein Problem, auf den ich verzichten kann.
The war is not going as well as we might wish. Our fleets are protecting key worlds, but dozens of other targets have fallen to Herald attacks. Civilian casualties are rising. We need to act. This facility is building a device to turn the tide in our favor. Captain Nog, what is the status of the weapon?
We've had some setbacks, Captain. We're still weeks from a working prototype. No amount of temporal manipulation will change that.
And have you chosen a target for the temporal incursion?
We are still running simulations. We've configured the holodecks to help us evaluate the possible changes that occur after removing an element from the time stream. Some of these scenarios show promise, but none are exactly what you want.
Very well. We cannot afford to wait another day. We are losing this war. We need to strike now. A direct engagement is our only option. We will put all our resources into a full attack on the Iconians. Every ship we can muster will be a part of one massive strike against the Herald Sphere. Captain Paris is already moving into position with the Vanguard. Ships here will report to the Herald Sphere as soon as possible. There will be more warriors in Stovokor tonight. But first, we will make the Iconians bleed.
Wir können aufbrechen, sobald Sie bereit sind, Sir. Danke, Service. Bitte mich hochbeamen. Energie. Wir haben Befehle von General Kragan erhalten, Sir. Die Schlacht hat begonnen und Captain Paris bereitet sich darauf vor, dem Feind anzugreifen. Setzen Sie mit der USS Eberswalde kurz auf den Carrier-System, treffen Sie sich dort mit seinen Einsatzgruppe, fliegen Sie dann zusammen mit diesen Schiffen zur Heroldsphäre und unterstützen Sie die Schiffe, die auch bereits vor Ort sind. Bestätigt.
You are the last ship to arrive. We are ready to set course for the Sphere.
Zur Heroldsphäre warpen. Maximumwarp 9. Energie.
Alpha Wing, you are cleared for departure.
Sir, die Flotte ist vollständig in Auflösung begriffen. Wir empfangen unzählige Notrufe und auch einige Übertragungen von Captain Paris. Soll ich auf den Hauptschirm liegen? Auf den Schirm.
Am I glad to see you? It's just not working. The Iconians are gating in their ships, and they have far more reserves than we anticipated. I've called for a hold on the flagship assault until we regroup. There's no point in a suicide run. First, we need to help our ships in trouble. Can I count on you to help?
Wir werden diese Schiffe unsere völlige Unterstützung gewähren, Captain.
This is Kyla Mex from the USS Keller. We are losing warp containment and are in need of immediate assistance.
assistance.
Target's shields have failed.
Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress.
are falling back.
I cannot do that, Captain. A Klingon does not run from battle. Farewell, Captain. Today is a good day to die.
All right, people, we've got one shot at this.
Der Weg ist frei. Wir können zu Drecknord ins Portal folgen. Sollten wir auf Verfolgungskurs gehen? Ja. Wir sind ins Innere der Sphäre gereist. Wir wissen mit ziemlicher Sicherheit, dass die Herold diese Sphäre verwenden, um die ikonianische Gateway-Netzwerk zu kontrollieren. Um zu beschützen, seit Beginn des Krieges haben die Angriffstruppen solche Sphären attackiert. Doch es ist uns nicht gelungen, mehr als ein paar Gateways kurzzeitig offline zu bringen. Die oberste Priorität ist es, unsere Stoßtruppe zu finden. Danke, Petrus. Gerne doch, Sir. Das feindliche Flaggschiff ist direkt vor uns. Captain Paris ruft uns. Auf den Schirm.
The flagship's shields are down, and it's losing power. Looks like they're trying to interface with the sphere to give themselves a boost. This might be our one chance to board it and take control. I have 3 troop transports standing by.
Verstanden. Wir machen uns auf den Weg frei.
Reinforcements inbound. We need to deal with them.
Fast geschafft, Sir.
On the flagship and reporting heavy resistance. I'll stay here and keep any reinforcements off your back. You need to transport to the flagship and help our teams there.
Wir beamen uns rüber. Interferenzen von der Sphäre blockieren einige Kommunikationssignale. Ich versuche dieses Problem jetzt zu beheben. Geben Sie mir Bestes.
Great! We got through. What's your status? We can't reach any of the other away teams.
Wir sind sicher an Bord. Des Außenteams bekämpft die Herolde.
Acknowledged. Sensors are picking up power fluctuations near your coordinates. The impact with the Quartar must have disrupted their systems. Start disabling anything you can reach. If we do enough damage, maybe that will help us take their ship.
Klingt nach einem althergebrachten Piratenüberfall, Captain. Wir machen hier mal Cut. Und wenn es euch bis dahin gefallen hat, Kanal abonnieren, kommentieren, Daumen hoch und so weiter und so fort. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal in Teil 2. Tschüss.